there was an idea to form a group of remarkable people called Peasant Operation of Redemption. In short, poor. To fight for our rights. I was banished from my village for I wanted to start a revolution. They said you're just a peasant, you cannot fight with kings. We'll see about that. At first, I was alone, but I got beaten and robbed by bandits. So I went from village to village gathering volunteers. Simple peasants. Why them? They weren't like all the other mercenaries who march mindlessly just to make a bit of money. They were just like me, dedicated to the cause. Now together, we were able to fight off those bandits. Our first victory, hopefully one of many. This was a good and needed training. They were farmers, not soldiers. But now, with fresh experience, they became soldiers. What we needed now was money. People have to eat, right? So we took from the battlefield whatever was still intact to sell in the city. On our way there, we stopped by a few villages for new recruits and got into a few more skirmishes with bandits. Those farmers were really getting the hang of it. We were crushing those looters. Those were the good times. And as it usually is with good things, they go away. Our party was getting bigger and stronger. We found ourselves at an impasse. Still not strong enough to fight a full-on army, but too strong for bandits, so they would just run away whenever we were in their area. We began to run out of food very quickly, because those local rascals were our only source of income. I had to sell my horse for even a little bit of food, which was probably not a good idea because now I wasn't able to even try to chase any bandits. We had a problem and we had to solve it quickly. And I didn't like the solution that came to us. We saw a Nordic trade caravan. Until now we were hunting looters, but now we became ones ourselves. We attacked the caravan. They had a few well-armed guards, but we outnumbered them. we won. But it was a double-edged sword. We had money, we had food, but also we had an open war with the Kingdom of Nords. At the time, I didn't realize how big of a deal it will become. We celebrated our first fight against actual soldiers. After regaining our strength, I felt confident. So we dove deep in our new enemy's kingdom. Probably too deep. As we were looking for patrols that we could take on, karma caught up to us. And I didn't like the form it took. It was one of the Jarls with his well-equipped and well-trained platoon. I probably should have negotiated, at least tried to. But I didn't. I felt too proud. I said, "We will fight you to the end." And so we did. All of my people were killed, and I was taken as a prisoner. Eventually I escaped and started over, but I wasn't the same. I became angry and stopped thinking. My new soon-to-be soldiers saw me at my worst. They had to carry me out of the battlefield multiple times because I rushed in headfirst and got knocked out. Then something happened. While going from village to village looking for volunteers, we encountered one that was overrun by bandits. We could just leave it and move to another. But I thought to myself, I could use a good deed under my belt right now. So we rushed in, kicked out those looters and saved the day. That felt nice. And I started to wonder, maybe we should do that more, and not start wars against entire countries. But before we can start getting rid of all the bandits in the world, I probably should make peace with the Nords. So I traveled back to the Kingdom of Nords to speak to King Ragnar himself. It turns out that the cost of peace is exactly 810 dinars. That's a lot of looters' clothes to sell, so I got to work. I was taking out bandits left and right, chasing them in the forests, taking back villages, attacking their hideouts, a full package. But one time, they attacked me. they set up a trap in the city, which I have to admit, pretty smart. Yet still, they're not that good at fighting, so I held my own. Finally, I gathered all 810 dinars. I went back to King Ragnar and completed the deal. Now I start over. Clean slate.